Okay, so what we discussed in the last session about this scenario, because this is policy renewal process, that's what some
Right.
we have discussed in the last session. Prior to
Mm-hmm.
that, underwriting part we have discussed. Now, today we are going to discuss about scenario, especially for an activity pattern. Whenever we are filing any kind of claim, okay, because if you want to uh, process any kind of claims and all that. So what are the different activity pattern that we have to be followed?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, this is majorly, these activity patterns are majorly useful for us to identify what are the different tasks that are involved in mentioning about the policy details. At the same time, if you want to assess any kind of coverages, or if there is any kind of approval of claim payments, right? So this is all something the scenarios are concerned. In reference to the scenarios and all, there are different roles being a BA you need to be performed under this scenario. First, we need to define the activity pattern. First of all, what to be activity pattern, what how to define the activity pattern. At the same time, we must be knowing about how this review of the policy is against to the scenarios, everything you need to know. So for that, first of all, one must be knowing about what activity patterns were all about and why are these important, especially for guideware application. Okay, that is the thing which I am going to discuss in today's session. Clear, sir? Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
activity patterns we have not discussed so far. Am I right? We haven't discussed about
Yeah.
activity. Is that discussed anything earlier or not? We have
No, like we
discussed
have
about
not
activity.
gone into the details. Yeah.
Okay, right. So this, let me give you a yeah. So these are the things, sir. This is an activity pattern which I am going you. In this activity pattern, there are different requirements I am taking. This is in context into the scenario I have taken. Normally, this is how
Mm-hmm.
generally activity patterns will looks like. Let me show you. Yeah. Here you can see you are going for administration there. These are the different activity patterns in context to the policy center. Can you see the screen? Policy center guide screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the activity patterns which we have taken. Okay. Activity patterns, for example, you want to have some credit reports. Okay. Why credit reports be required? Because based upon the credit reports, we will be knowing about what is the risk that is involved in it. For example, a person has applied for a policy. Okay. He has applied for a policy, new business a person has applied. When a person has applied for a new business, what is needed? First of all, we must assess the amount of risk that is involved in it. That's where generally underwriting come into picture. When there is an underwriting process, normally we follow. First of all, we have to see the CIBIL report, credit report. What is credit report? Credit report is not something about the income of a customer. Okay, it is not relating to the income of a customer. So what credit report majorly focuses? Credit report majorly focuses the list of loans a person holding earlier or now and how discipline is he when to pay the payments. That's where generally credit report come into picture. For example, a person is having some home loan, a person is having some personal loan or something. It's not only about eligibility of loan, but repayment of loan is also important because based upon the repayment of loan, they will get the credit score. This credit score is one of the key and parameter if anybody wants to apply for any kind of loans in future. That is one scenario. At the same time, if you want to give any issue, any policy to any of the customer, make sure a person should be continuing policy by paying annual premiums in regular intervals. That kind of discipline we have to ensure it. So for that, what is required? There is an activity pattern for creating credit reports is one thing we need to be considered with. Understood, sir? Clear, right or not? So
Mm-hmm.
activity patterns are nothing but the kind of activities we are performing at the time of policies then we are updating, or it can be new business, or it can be of cancellation of the policies, or it can be any kind of endorsements. Endorsements means any changes you are making in the existing policy or renewals you are making. Everywhere there are different activities that are involved. So for that, there are different activity patterns we have to create. In regard to
So
activity pattern,
basically, it's like a so basically it's like a repetitive process that repetitive action we are doing, right?
repetitive action we are
For
doing for a
certain. Mm,
particular functionality, particular task,
yeah. Mm,
whatever you can
mm-hmm,
call. For example, you want
mm-hmm,
to create, you want to know the credit reports of a person,
mm-hmm,
or else, for example, you want to have an activity patterns for policy renewal, right? So policy review
mm-hmm,
renewal, you have to do it. So these are the different activity patterns we have. So these activity patterns we have to cover. For example, verification coverages. Or for example, there is a person has applied for an insurance. Okay, two vehicles got collided, met with an accident. We have to do the vehicle inspection. So this vehicle inspection, there are third party teams who will be doing the vehicle inspection and they will check, right? So whose fault was that? They will be identified. Normally, sometimes this vehicle inspection, site inspections, everything will be given for a outside service for third party people do as like as the underwriting team. You know, underwriting, we give it to the third party. In the same manner, even
mm-hmm.
inspections and all everything will also be given to the third party. So, whatever the repetitive actions for the particular task or multiple tasks we are performing, for that, we have to create a separate activity patterns for everything as separate. That's where generally this point come into picture. Understood, sir? Clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, so are you following? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right? Now, for this, there are a couple of requirements I have taken. Take down, write down the first requirement, sir, under activity
Mm-hmm.
pattern. For example, when a claim is created, there is an
Yeah.
initial task we have. What is an initial task? A person, whoever is applied a claim, the first one is called FNOL. We know that. What is
Mm-hmm.
FNOL?
Mm-hmm.
FNOL means first notice of loss. Means when there is
Mm-hmm.
any incident happen, the first task is FNOL. Normally, whenever there is an apply of FNOL which is applied for a person whoever is having a valid policy, normally requirement is that this must be automatically assigned to the claim adjuster because there are roles, you know it, in claims. We
Mm-hmm.
have claim
Mm-hmm.
service representative or customer service representatives are there. We have claim adjuster roles are there. We have claim supervisors are there. These are the three people we have. There are underwriting team, etc. That is next. Okay. So, what is the process here, especially from the claims? I'm talking about, I'm taking the requirement from the Guidewire Claim Center. Okay, I'm taking this requirement. For example, a person has applied for a claim. Normally, when there is any kind of FNOL has been reviewed, it should be assigned automatically to the claim adjuster. Okay, whoever is the claim adjuster available depends on the region. Again, regions are different, you know. Okay, Western region, Eastern region,
Mm-hmm.
Dallas region, right? So different regions we have.
Mm-hmm.
In that particular region, whoever is the person who is available and all, for them generally claim adjuster, for them normally this claim will be assigned. What is that based on normally few examples. For example, vehicle means I'm talking about, it can be a personal auto or it can be a commercial auto. Vehicle got collided and vehicle damaged. Okay, that is one scenario. Second is medical claims. Medical claims means, for example, there is a commercial business a person has taken, manufacturing industry, where workers are working there. When workers are working in that, normally workers got affected due to the work they are doing. They have got injured for it. So this is comes under the medical claim. Understood, sir? Clear or not? This comes under the medical claim.
Mm-hmm.
So normally there is a scenario requirement is that whenever we have created an FNOL process, it must be automatically assigning to the claim adjuster. So assigning automatic assignment to the claim adjuster is the requirement. This is point number one. Okay, requirement. Now, if you are a BA, because now we are trying to understand this from the BA perspective. So what is the condition here? The condition is that whatever the rule we are creating, that should be based on the location and as well as the incident followed by the type of insurance policy. Location. Location means where the incident happened, point number one. Second, whatever the type of incident happened, okay, incident, whatever the incident means, is it a vehicle got collided, or is any fire accident happened, or is there any kind of robbery or something like, or due to the natural calamity? There are different incidents we have. Maybe whatever the kind of incident. For example, if it's a commercial auto or a personal auto, it may be accidents. Majorly, it may be accidents. If it is a property, it can be due to the natural calamity. If there is any kind of earthquakes or fire accidents and all, so that will be there. So when there is any claim that we are assigning to people, especially for the claim adjusters and all, this must be assigned based on a rule. What is the rule here? This is where generally we call it as business rules here, right? What is the rule here? Rule is in such a way the kind of claim that we are sending. This claim should be based on the location of the incident that was happened. At the same time, the type of insurance policy that involved, either it can be a personal auto, or it can be a commercial auto, or it can be a personal property, or it can be a commercial property, or it can be inland marine, or it can be in workers' compensation. Depends on the type of insurance policy a person has taken. Generally, rule has to be applied. This is the condition being a BA, you have to be focused more on. Understood, sir? Right?
Mm.
Are you following?
Yeah.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
for this, what is the customization you have to do? Because when you go for an interview, if you can explain about this activity, people may ask you what is the condition being a BA you have identified. This is the condition. Now, what customization we have to do? First of all, we need to define the rule. So, on what basis we are defining the rule? Defining the rule based upon the activities that we are managing. Who is going to manage this? This is being managed by the claim adjuster or a medical reviewer. So on what basis? For example, if it is accident, vehicle has damaged. So this can be given directly to the claim adjuster so that they can process the claims accordingly. For example, if it's a medical claim, let's say that a person got injured due to the accident or something. The first thing what we have to do, medical examining has to be made. Who will be taking care of this? To whom are we assigning this? If it's, for example, it's a medical claim. Medical claim must be assigned to the medical reviewer first. So medical reviewer will tell you the severity. Okay, will tell you the severity. This is the right process. For example, medical claim we have automatically assigned to the claim adjuster. Will there be any kind of valid solution we get? Yes or no? Right? There won't be any validity.
Mhm.
Understood, sir.
Mhm.
Right? So
All right.
what customization we have to make? We have to make the customizations in such a way, when there are any kind of customization we have to do, we need to define the business rule as far as the role of a BA itself is concerned. We need to link the activities with the correct team. For example, if there is any kind of vehicle damage happened, you can automatically give to the claim adjuster. So the claim adjuster will give it to the inspection team. So inspection team and underwriting team will come and they will see
Mhm.
what severity of accident happened and whose fault was that will be decided by them. But when it comes
One,
to
Mhm. But I have one question here. Like, so for example, when it is decided that, okay, when the claim is received, the adjuster is assigned, right? And then adjuster has to follow some kind of steps, right? So those steps are to be given by the business analyst to the technical team, or how does it that work? Like, does
Normally,
the business?
instruction steps has to be given by the BA team, sir, because these are all the
Mm-hmm,
fine rules are already there. For example, we are
mm-hmm,
giving to the claim adjuster. Okay, what
mm-hmm,
claim adjuster do? Claim adjuster will verify and validate the claim, whether a person is having the right policy or not. What are the coverage benefits? Everything will be seen by the
mm-hmm,
adjuster. Once
mm-hmm,
everything will be seen by the adjuster, what adjuster do? Adjuster will process this claim to the inspection department. Means that's where generally we call it as inspection department come into picture. For that, you must be knowing about the claim life cycle. Let me show you the claim life cycle first. Hmm. I'll explain you about the claim life cycle so that you will be understood. Okay. Because in the claim life cycle, you will be knowing about this well. Hmm. This is an FN oil processor. This is about change coverages. Sir, are you there? Sir, are you there? Sir, are you there?
yeah, yeah.
Right. So this is an activity pattern workflow when the claim is created. You can see it, sir. First of all, claim is creation.
Mm-hmm,
Second, claim in which investigation. You have
mm-hmm,
asked me, in reference to the question you have asked me, who is going
mm-hmm,
to do this? This is the process which
mm-hmm,
we have to explain. So what are all the process that is involved?
mm-hmm,
For example, there is an activity pattern workflow. So when there is any kind of claim created, there are three different steps are there in activity pattern. First one is claim creation. Second is claim investigation. Third is a claim settlement. Okay, who will be performing
mm-hmm,
this? This will be performed by the claim adjusters, followed by the claim supervisors. Am I right? Yes, I am.
mm-hmm,
Right or wrong?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, what is the first thing we do whenever there is any kind of process of claim happened? Whenever we have initiated a first step called FNOL, the first is claim creation. Normally, in this claim creation, will be categorized into three different parts. First, assigning this claim to the adjuster. Okay, that is point number one. So once we have assigned this to the claim adjuster, what will happen? Claim adjuster has to verify the policy so that to verify and validate the policy, this will be given to the underwriting team. So why underwriting team? Underwriting team will assess the amount of risk that is involved in it. Means for that what is required, they have to do the scene inspection. Am I right? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes or no, sir? Right, sir? Right?
Yeah.
Right. So that verify whether a person is having valid policy or not. What are the policy benefits they have? Everything will be done by the underwriting team. So
Mm-hmm,
once they have verified what will happen, this will be sent to the claimant. Means this will be sent to the claim representative. So when there is any kind of claim is created, there are three steps. Claims will be adjusted, given to the assignee to the adjuster. From the adjuster, it will be sent to the verification of the policy, which will be done by the underwriting team. From there, it will be moved into the contacting claim representative will be assigned this to the claim representative. Depends on the region, whatever the region, claims region it belongs to, for that it will be assigned. This is the first step. Second we call it as claims investigation. Normally, again, there is a clause. For example, if there is any kind of minor accident happen, we don't normally go for police report or something. Normally, we don't require anything of that sort. If there is an incident which is major incident, for any process of claims, you required local police authorities report is required. Otherwise, it will not be considered as an accident because that it has to be recorded, that has to be adjusted. So we have to obtain a police report, which normally we assign this to the claim adjuster under the investigation part.
mm-hmm,
Second, once we have obtained the police report, so next we need to go for contact witness assigned to the claim adjuster. Means, for example, there is an accident happened for two cars got damaged. What is witness That's where generally scene inspection come into picture. Because we have third party teams, sometimes we assign this to the third party. So these third party teams do the scene inspection, and they try to see whose fault it was that. So normally this will be assigned directly to the claim adjuster. This is the second step. Next, for example, in this process, assume that there was an accident happened. Because of the accident, whoever are driving the vehicle, drivers, may injured either from this end or that end. Normally we have to go for medical reports. Normally this is where generally this medical team has to be evaluated, and this will be assigned to the claim representative in this. This is the second step, which is called claims investigation. So once the claim investigation is done, the next is about the claim settlement. Claim settlements means here we have to prepare the settlement offer. But here is a clause. What is a clause? Sometimes, for example, a vehicle got damaged, person has applied for a claim. Scene investigation was made by the insurance company. They came to know that this incident happened due to the negligence of B. There are A, B. Okay, A is applied for insurance. This is due to because of the negligence of B, the incident happened. So what insurance company will do? Insurance company first of all pay the claim amount to the A for the repair of the vehicle, and whatever the damage expenses, normally this will be taken from the B. Understood, sir? Right or not? Right?
Mhm.
There is a clause. If there is any incident happened because of the negligence of the other person. If it is due to the accident, unfortunately happened without any, let's say for example, due to the weather condition or something, the car glass brokerage, or else the car has hit with some rocks, so which were on the road due to the climatic conditions and all. In that scenario, what will happen directly? Customer company will pay directly the premium reimbursement amount to the person who has applied for the claim. But there is two conditions apply. As I told you, first condition is if the negligence happened because of the other person, we'll collect the money from him. That is one scenario. Second clause is this. This is where as a BA we have to apply the rules. What is the business rule here? When there is any kind of claim settlement are we doing, that should not be more than the cost of the vehicle which it is insured. It should not be more than the cost of the vehicle which was insured. If it is more, automatically the claim has to be declined. This is the condition we have to. Otherwise, what will happen? Car cost, again, about to the car cost, if the damage expenses, normally we have to reject the claim. Understood, sir? Clear?
Mhm.
Do you understand this?
Yeah.
We have to write a business rule. What is a business rule? What is a business rule when we are doing the claim settlement is? Business rule is very simple. Whatever the claim settlement are we doing, business rule is mandatory that that payment, whatever the settlement payment, should not be more or equivalent to the car value that was under the insurance. That is the point that we have to make a rule whenever we are preparing the settlements and all. So once we have prepared the settlement, the next we need to review the settlement. Means terms and conditions. Sometime back I told you, right? This will be done by the claim
Mhm.
manager and the settlement part. Next, this will be notified to the claimant so that this will be assigned to the claim representative. From there, it will be paid to the person who has requested for a submitted a claim form. These are
So
the
the claim representative the same, right, in both the three scenario, three cases, or they're like
same,
different
same,
represent.
same. Claim
Okay.
representative is same. Claim representative remain the same, sir. There is no change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, claim representative
Mm-hmm.
remains the same, but depends on, because here claim representative we are giving for processing creation of claims. For that purpose, generally we have taken here. Okay, well let me highlight. Here a claim representative we are taken for creation of claims. Okay,
Mhm.
Here, the same claim representative is requesting for the medical records if there is any urgency, if there is any need based on the investigation, claim investigation. Once it is done, again, this will be assigned to the claim representative when the claim says. So the same claim representative who has created a claim will also be taken care of by the claim settlement. That is depends on the availability. If it was not done by them within the stipulated time, there is a rule we have to create in such a way that will be escalated to the claims supervisor. So this activity pattern has to be created by the BA. Means workflow pattern has to be created by the business analyst. Based on the workflow pattern, whatever the required business logic will be done by the developers accordingly. Understood, sir? Clear?
Mhm.
Do you understand this? Clear?
Yeah.
Right? So this is where generally activity pattern of workflows will come into picture.
Mhm.
Understood, sir? Clear?
Yeah.
Right? So when there is any new
Mhm.
claim creation, normally okay, this will be assigned to the adjuster. From
Mhm.
there, we'll be verifying the policy and we are contacting to the claimant.
Mhm.
This is what generally we do. This is one of an activity pattern when we are working on as a business analyst, whenever we are talking about the activity pattern, this is an activity pattern we have to take. That's what something in the first requirement I have explained here. The first requirement
Mhm.
is this. Yeah, the first requirement I have taken is this. When a claim is created, initially
Mhm.
task is created that will be assigned to the claim adjuster. So once the claim adjuster we have assigned, rule must be that rule based upon the location of the incident that was happened. At the same time, the type of insurance policy a person is holding. That is the condition. So what customization we have to do? Customization we have to do to define the rule based on the linking of activities to the current team. What is the correct team? If there is any kind of medical advisory is required, that will be sent to the medical reviewer. If not, that will be sent to the claims adjuster. This is the customization we do, especially for requirement number 1 under the activity patterns. Understood,
Mhm.
sir? Clear?
Mhm. Mhm.
Understood?
Yeah.
Second requirement. For example, when a new claim is registered, we have to create a default set of activities. What are all the activities should be included? We have to initiate the claim validation. If you want to do the claim validation, what is required? First, you need to check the policy coverage. At the same time, is there any kind of deductibles we have that we have to check? That is point number 1. Point number 2, we have to make an initial contact with the claimant. Why? Because they are the one who is going to record first notice of loss details. At the same time, if there is any kind of additional documentation is required for a process of claims, that will be done. So these are the two different activities which will be a part of when there is any kind of new claim registration. These are the two set of activities which must be default. This is one more requirement. As a BA, you can, because these are the scenarios you can explain when someone is asking you. One requirement about
Mhm.
FNOL process, this you can explain. Second
Mhm.
requirement, when the new claim is created, we have to create a default set of activities. What are those activities? Initial claim validation is one activity, including of coverages, deductibles, etc. Next, initial contact of the claimant by recording FNOL details, etc. All these things will be included in this. Understood, sir? Right? Now, what is the condition
Mhm.
we have to follow? Condition should be followed is that whatever the claim handling process are we following should be automatically links to the claim status. What is meant by claim status? You know the claim status is open, under process, hold, review. 4 points.
Mhm.
Okay, claim status. Once the claim is not yet open so far, it will be under no. Okay, once the claim is open, it will be under open. Once the claim verification and validation is happening, it comes under the claim process. Okay, claim under process. For example, claim payment again be accepted, claim acceptance will be done. For so and so reason, due to the underwriter reports, we have kept that whole claim on hold. That is comes under hold. So automatically, whatever the claim handling process we are creating an activity, that should be automatically linked to the claim status. Status can be anything. Normally, as of now, it is process, handling process. This process may be of anything. It can be open, it can be under process, it can be accepted, or it can be denied, or it can be hold. This is a condition we have to apply. Understood, sir? Clear?
Mhm.
Now, what customization we have to do? For example, whenever we are defining the milestones, normally to handle this by the claims adjudicator, it should be within 48 hours. If it was not done in 48 hours, automatically this will be escalated to the supervisor. This is the customization we have to make. Are you clear? Understood?
Yeah, right.
Understood? When the claim is registered, what we have to provide instruction to the system? We have to provide instruction to the system in such a way, when there is any new claim registered, these are the details required. Claim validation details has to be updated. Initial claim with claimant has to be updated. Once it is updated, what next? Whatever the activities that we are performing, that has to be linked directly to the claim status. When it is updated in the claim status, when it is linked to the claim status, we have to do the customization. What was that? This has to be addressed by the claim adjuster. As earlier I told you, it has to be processed by the claim adjuster, and claim adjuster has to verify and validate. If it was not verified and validated, if it is not been addressed, the FNOL was not addressed by the claim adjuster within 48 hours of time, nothing but 2 days of time, automatically this has to be assigned to the supervisor. This is an auto process which must be happened by the system, where for that whatever the required customizations as a BA you are doing here.
Mhm.
Understood, sir? Clear?
Yeah.
Remember, these are the activity pattern examples I am giving in context to the claim part.
Mhm.
Understood, sir?
Right. Mhm.
Right? Next, third requirement. Write down, sir. After the claim investigation is completed, we have to create a standard set of activities to review and validate the findings. To review and validate the findings. Okay. This is about the claim investigation under process. Under process, what are all comes under claim investigation? If you remember, some time back I told you about claim investigation in when I explained about activity flow, if you remember. Okay, there I have explained that.
Right.
Right. So what are the findings you have to do? First, we need to do the medical assessment review if it is required. Okay, if that incident requires a medical assessment review, that we have to done. Second, legal department review. Legal department means, for example, if there is any accident happen, normally accidents are comes under the legal these things. So legal department has to be reviewed that. So this is the requirement. For example, one more requirement. First requirement for FNOL process. Second requirement, we have taken automation of activities. Second, third requirement, once the claim investigation done, if you want to create any kind of standard set of activities to review the validating of findings, what is that we require? What is that we need? We have to standardize the requirements where we need to involve review of claims. We must ensure two different stages. What is that? We have to see whether the fraud detection is there or not. For example, person has requested for a claim. Under the inspection, what we have to do, we must see whether is there any kind of fraud due to the fraudulent indications we have seen or not. That we have to see. That is stage one. This is under the claim investigation, sir. Okay, remember that point. As part of the claim investigation, first of all is that we have to see the checking the fraud indications or fraud detections. Is it fraudly these claims have been submitted, even including verification of the documents, or is there any kind of fair claim is there or not? That we have to see. What is the second stage? If there is any kind of legal counsel involvement is required, that will be given to the legal counsel in order to reduce the complexity of the legal complications which may be arised in future, because there should not be any problem in future. These are the two stages which are required for you to verify and validate the findings. Clear? Yes or no?
Mm. Yeah.
Right, Asif? Right. Now, what is the condition as a BA you have to do? These activities should be set of mandatory for all the claims. Certain threshold will be there. So when this legal counsel or when the legal counsel and fraud detections, everything will be comes into applicable, there is a condition. Claims are over than $50,000 or any kind of complex cases. These points comes into picture. Complex cases, it is nothing to do with cost. Okay, complex cases, or if there is any claim value which is more than 50,000 USD, normally these are the two stages we have to verify. Understood? Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in this, people can ask you what customization you have made as a BA. We have to decide task dependencies and sequence of activities we have to define. What is the task dependency? Task dependency is this. For example, if you feel that this complex case is so complex, based on the review underwriting team, they have identified this as a complex case, automatically these two stages has to be done. Or else, based on the claim submission that was made, we have identified the claim submission is more than 50,000. This is a task, sir. Okay, this is a task dependency.
Mm.
If it is 50,000 more than that, automatically this will be given to the legal counsel. At the same time, we have to cross check the fraudulent. In 50,000 US dollars is a huge amount. Okay, there is a possibility where sometimes some fraudulent activities might be participated by some people, which should be eradicated. In this condition, these are the two conditions we have to apply